Today for Mousetrap Monday, we're going to test out the best way to block up a mouse or rat hole. If you don't want rodents getting in your house, your garage, RV, or any enclosed space, you need to keep them out. And that means going around and blocking up any hole they might be using to get in. It doesn't take a very big hole for a mouse to squeeze through. I've seen quite a few recommendations for the best way to block up mouse holes, including steel wool, spray foam, caulk. I even found a product called Pest Destroyer Rodent Control Kit. It's copper wire mesh. Rodents are supposed to have a real hard time chewing through copper mesh. And this kit even comes with peppermint spray. We're going to test it out and see if it works. The test I designed is a 6-bay box, each with its own hole. It has a clear plastic lid so we can see the rodents going inside. We're going to block up each hole with a different technique. Let this sit for a full month in the barn and see if there's a method that works better than the others for blocking up mouse holes. So let's plug up the holes and then set up the motion cameras. The first 2 holes I'm going to plug up with steel wool. People say mice and rats don't like to chew with their teeth on the metal. I'm going to take a whole wad and just shove it in that hole. This one's going to be really fine. This one's going to be coarse. That should be good. Here's the coarse one. To help hold it in place, I'm going to use a staple gun. There, they'll have to really pull to get that out. Next, we're going to test out the Pest Destroyer Rodent Control Kit. It looks like a Viking there telling the mice to stay out. In this hole, we're going to use just copper mesh. In the back hole, we're going to use copper mesh and the peppermint spray. We'll make sure to get a good amount, a nice wad here. This feels really coarse, like something you clean a pan with. We'll just shove it in there. We'll flip it around. In this hole, we'll shove in the copper, staple it down, and then we're going to douse this with the peppermint spray. It has a nice spray bottle there. This next hole we're going to plug up with silicone caulk. This is kind of a big hole for just caulk. We'll see if it works. We use plenty of it there. We'll see if that keeps the mice away. And for the last test, we'll use spray foam. We'll go ahead and let these cure for a few days, then we're going to go set it up in the barn for a month. Now I have been feeding the mice in this station, so they're used to coming in and getting food. And I do have a clear lid that slides and grooves on the top so we can see what's going on. We left our test out in the barn for a full month. Mice and rats came every night. And as you can see, every single method worked except one. I'll take off the lid. These sunflower seeds are completely safe, not eaten, except for the spray foam. Spray foam is very easy for mice and rats to chew through. They even worked on the wood. You can see how they chomped that out. The rat could fit through there. That's a pretty small hole. That just shows how small of a hole a rat can get in. And if you want to keep rodents out, you have to seal up every single opening. There's some chew marks on the caulk, but they didn't get through. So that was a good method. And they pulled on the copper a little bit. But the rodent destroyer kit worked well both with the peppermint and plain. So it's clear mice and rats don't like to chew through metal like steel wool or copper mesh. Now one thing that might work really well is sticking copper mesh or steel wool in a hole and then filling it with spray foam. So the number one way of dealing with rodents in your house is keeping them from getting in. You need to go through and seal up every opening, and I suggest you use caulk, copper mesh, or steel wool. If you're new to my channel, please consider clicking the button right there. Currently, I'm posting videos every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, so if you want to see how to trap or keep out mice, rats, squirrels, chipmunks, moles, voles, and gophers, stay tuned.